Yeah. Hey everybody, this is Jim. I'm an agent here at the Elm Group, brokered by Real. Today we're talking to my client Tom, and we're just kind of going to talk about his experience. So Tom and I met last December. It was like December 23rd is when we first talked. I think something around there.
Sure.
Started looking at homes in January of this year, and basically you were relocating, so you had to sell your house up in Morrow.
Correct.
Moved down here to Fargo. And we went through some fun times. So we're just going to kind of have you kind of talk about what the experience was like as a relocation to the neighborhood, not knowing anything about it, going through it, and kind of how that process went. The good, the bad, the ugly, the swear words many times we had, and kind of talk about the process. So you were moving to Fargo. Well, at that time you were moving to Moorhead.
That was the original plan. Yes.
The original plan was to move to Moorhead.
Yep.
So
almost completely stuck with going to Moorhead. Yes.
Yeah, we kind of made a pivot at the last moment to go to Fargo.
That's correct.
Because of inventory. So we had found the perfect house.
Yeah.
I think in February.
Yes.
I want to say after looking for about 3-4 weeks.
Well, you sold my house in 8 days.
I did sell your house in 8 days. Yep. Up in Moorhead once we got it on the market.
Yeah.
First we did find your house.
Yeah.
And Moorhead put an offer on it. Got that offer accepted with what's called a right of first refusal.
Correct.
And basically what that meant is we had a certain amount of time to get your house sold.
Mm-hmm.
It was winter in the North Country.
Yes, it was.
Nothing happens in Roseville and Morrow, January, February, and March. But we got pushed off that offer, meaning another offer came in, we had a certain amount of days to sell it, we didn't sell it. Because we didn't even have it on the market.
Right.
So, on to the next one. Go to the next one. Same thing happens.
Yeah.
In Moorhead, another Moorhead townhouse. On to the next one. Finally get the house on the market.
Was that the one that came back on the market? Is that the house that came back on the market 30 days later and we put another offer on?
Yes, then we put another offer on it.
Yeah, we did. So that we bought one house twice.
Yeah, we didn't buy one house twice.
Right.
Your house still at that point wasn't on the market. Got pushed off that one again by a coworker of mine. He was the agent on it, and so
Well, I didn't know that.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that. That's what happened there. And then basically we decided, hey, we gotta get your place ready. Came up, looked at your house, got pictures with a photographer up there I knew, got it on the market, and I thought it would be a pretty long process.
As did I. That's why we listed it early.
Yep,
Yeah.
listed early. At that point, we listed it early, got it sold in 8 days, and that really gave us enough time then to basically start looking again.
Right.
So at this point, we had put another offer on a house. That offer I think we backed out of on inspection.
Yes, on inspection, yeah.
So that was our fourth house. By this point, we basically were looking all over.
Right.
We had kind of expanded.
Yeah.
We looked at one other in Fargo.
At least one.
At least one. We put an offer on one in Fargo.
Right.
We never came to terms on it because that agent was a part-time agent. We literally waited for like 10 days to get
A response. Yeah. Yep.
Never got us a response. We just didn't feel good about it. And then basically from there, found your house that we got you into now. Went through inspection. There was a couple of things that we had put in, I believe. You remember what we put in on inspection?
Let's see. Well, I remember that. What did we do? It was not a lot of rigmarole. Really, there really wasn't a whole lot of things that needed to be addressed. I think she hadn't had any of the appliances inspected. As far as the furnish hadn't been inspected, she did all of that.
Yeah.
And then there were some door issues and a window pane, and then she conceded on some of those items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went through renegotiating things on inspection.
Right.
Came to terms, and then lined up closing days where I think you closed. We closed up on Friday.
We closed on
Thursday.
And then we closed on Friday.
On the new place.
Yeah.
And yeah, so take me through that in your opinion, start to finish. What was good? What was bad? What could we have done different?
You mean through the whole entire process?
Yeah.
I don't really think we could have done anything different. I think that what happened in Moorhead was, you're right, the inventory was poor.
It was very poor.
And at that time, I was locked into, everything needed to be on grade
Yep.
for a while.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden I realized that that probably wasn't going to happen.
Yep.
And so I had to expand my brain into thinking, okay, I'm going to end up with at least a bi-level home.
Yep. Yep.
There was no getting around that.
Yeah, it was very, very hard. It's still very hard. I just had a client looking for something similar
Right.
in Moorhead, and I mean, we ended up finding one, but it took 5 months.
Yep.
And it was not her ideal house
Right.
at the end either.
Yeah.
But it was on grade.
Yeah.
But you got way more house for
I
the
did.
same price.
I did. And that was the other thing, is I needed to be within budget.
Yeah.
I needed to move from a sale price
Yep.
to a purchase price.
Yep,
So
no mortgage.
No mortgage.
Yeah, and so that was the other big thing that
Correct,
we were looking
right.
for.
And
so,
I didn't want anything that was as old as me.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, you're a young man.
Yeah. So I didn't want anything old.
Definitely. So we had some constraints. So we wanted to be on grade, wanted to be under 250, I think at that point is what
Correct.
we were looking at.
Yeah.
And basically something that was in good shape and didn't
Yes.
need a lot of repairs
Right.
that would have kind of taken a lot of that excess from the sale
Right.
into repairs. And so from us as realtors, what did you think during the process? You can be blunt, you know.
Oh, but I mean, every time I was on Zillow, which I was pretty much, that was my full-time job.
Yeah.
I was on Zillow day in and day out, and as soon as I'd call you, you literally jumped in the car, I think, half the time,
Yeah.
and you were there within 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Because we did a lot of virtual tours. I think
All of your tours except the
except
first
for
one
one.
were all virtual.
Oh no, two.
Yeah.
That last one in Moorhead too.
Yeah.
Shay looked at that one with
Yeah.
with
Yep.
you.
Yep.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, all the tours were virtuals because you weren't gonna drive 3 hours
No,
in winter
No.
to come and see places.
no.
And so I've had that a lot this year of people moving to the area I've had one from Oregon, I've had one from Denver, I've had another one from Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
And there has to be communication, there has to be trust.
Right.
What else, I mean, you're dealing with someone that was a stranger 3 hours away, like what else did you need to see from us that we did or didn't do?
I don't think I guess I wasn't expecting anything but what you delivered, because I haven't done this, ever before.
Yeah.
I mean, I had never used a realtor.
Mhm.
I'd always just found a property, bought property.
Yep.
So the whole realtor experience for me was completely new.
Mhm.
But you were from the same area I'm from, so
Yeah.
I figured you're a small town boy and you're just going to be honest, and that's how it's going to be.
No, I think that was number one thing that I've noticed is like, you have to be very open, you have to
Mhm.
spot things that you know are gonna be problems later on.
Right.
Before, you can't see it, you're on an iPhone,
Right.
sometimes you're on your iPad,
Yeah.
but you're not gonna be able to.
Either way, it wasn't ideal,
Yeah,
but so you had to be the eyes for the whole thing.
yeah, so I had to be the eyes, I had to be the communication, I had to spot problems,
Right.
had to basically be the contingency plan, okay,
Yeah.
if, I know there's 2 other offers on this one,
Right.
we're gonna go look at this other one
Yep.
too, because
Yep.
knowing our luck, it got to the point, I mean, honestly, the pain got to the point where we were laughing, it was like,
Yeah.
sooner or later, we're gonna get a house.
It's going to happen.
I don't know if it's this
Yeah.
house, maybe it is, and then
Yeah.
finally when we got it, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do anymore, like, I'm gonna have afternoons again,
Well, yeah.
where I don't have to hop in a car in 10
Right,
minutes.
and then, to find the one in Fargo, and every time I would look at a house, and then I would, bounce off of my son who lives here, and I would, and say, okay, I said, now I looked at this one this way, he goes, well, you can't live there, I don't like that neighborhood.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when we found this one, he goes, well, that's bank, Dad, that's gonna be
Yeah.
perfect for you, and it is.
Yeah, it's a great neighborhood.
It's a really good neighborhood for me.
Yep. Yeah, it's a good neighborhood for you. It's close to shopping and,
Yeah.
You and I go get tacos every once in a
Yeah,
while.
and the dentist that I found is right up the street. I can walk most anywhere where I need to go,
Yeah.
including going to the eye doctor.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
mean,
it's right there.
that's only 4 blocks.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's perfect.
Yeah, so I mean, it worked out really good. I thought the whole process actually, once we found the property here, then it was crunch time for me, and yes, I knew I was going to move, so, I was packing as I went along, but I had never done crunch time like that, a moving sale, and, and having to, everything, the closing date on my house in Warroad and in the house that I purchased here, we couldn't have but 24 hours in between because I couldn't be homeless.
Yeah. I mean, you could have rented a hotel room. I had to do that
right,
when I did my buy sell back
Yeah.
in 2016, 2017.
right. You know,
We had
there's,
to do that for a day or two.
yeah, I think that for me, I just learned that, you know, you just have to sit down and breathe.
Yeah.
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 With all of the decisions. Okay, now you've gotta find a mover. How do you find a mover? I don't know any movers. Call Jim.
Yeah.
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 Every-
It was literally that.
Literally every question I had, I would call you.
Yep.
And you helped me through all of that, really.
I appreciate that. Well,
Well,
it's
you
kind of
did.
my job too, though.
Well, it is, but it isn't.
Yeah.
You know, you could have just said, don't you know the yellow pages? They don't exist anymore, do they?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
No.
No, I thought, actually, considering all the bells and whistles that we had to go through, all 6 purchase agreements, 6,
Well, that's just the ones that we had accepted.
right,
And
yeah, plus I
no,
think,
there's 5 accepted and 1 that never came through.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was 6 purchase agreements. I'd like to say that was a record for the year for one client, but it wasn't.
oh, good,
You're number 2.
oh, good,
Yeah, the other one was at 8.
wow, okay,
But there was a lot of back and forth on some of those, and he was an
Right.
investor, so
okay, yeah,
trying to get a deal in this market is very, very hard.
yeah,
Very, very hard.
Yeah.
It's a little different now compared to when we were looking, where things aren't as crazy. Because when we started looking, I mean, things were selling in a day.
yeah,
There was no inventory.
Right.
Anything that was on slab in Moorhead was the day,
it was,
2 days.
yeah, right.
It was crazy.
Well, and then, I mean, that one offer that we put in with full price, blah, 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 in Moorhead, within 2 hours of listing,
Yeah.
and we went, and the seller said, I wanna wait, like,
Yeah.
okay, and.
Yeah. You had a
and-
full price offer. There was cash,
And then some,
and then some.
with the possibility of then some,
Yeah.
and they said, I wanna wait.
Yeah. Which was very
I didn't like that.
no. It's a
I-
polite way of saying
I
it.
didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
I didn't like that at all,
Yeah.
but, and then we got beat out.
We did get beat out.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got called at 9:05 on Monday morning saying, nope, no thanks.
Yep. That one stung.
That one stung a little bit.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, that would have been way more house than I would have needed.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that thing had like, I think we like had 2,500 square feet.
Yeah.
It was a big house.
That was a big house.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think when we were talking around 1,600, 1,800.
16 to 18, yeah.
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 That's kind of where you wanted to be for your
Right.
sweet spot.
Yeah.
So I mean, advice you would give to people that are relocating to Fargo or Moorhead as far as the process, what things would you have done differently?
I don't really, I think, to quite be honest with you, I'm glad that I started early.
Yeah.
So that I had options. I would think if somebody was looking to relocate here, first of all, that they would have to, if they're not gonna be able to jump in a vehicle, they have to have a good relationship with the realtor.
Mm-hmm.
And know that person's trustworthy, and then they know, and you knew exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah.
And and you knew what would work, and you knew what I would accept, because you told me that I was fussy. You did
Well,
say
in a
that.
polite way.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did say that.
Yeah.
So, I think that you have to, and there are things that you have to concede on a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think you definitely do, especially in the low inventory market.
Yeah,
You're not gonna get everything you want.
No.
So what's the priority?
right,
And,
exactly.
I think we did really well with what we had
Yeah.
at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it set you up now where in the future, if you do wanna go back to the Moorhead side,
I could,
you could. And
right,
you're gonna be much easier to sell where you're at now than in another agent's eyes, selling a place in Fargo is probably
Right.
easier to sell a place in Norwood.
sure.
And so you're gonna have a little bit more negotiation.
I just had to unpack my Christmas decorations, so I really don't wanna do
Yeah,
that.
you don't wanna move.
I don't wanna move, I don't wanna
Okay.
move.
We'll keep it where you're at, we'll
Yeah,
keep going for tacos over there.
yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
As a matter of fact, I just, my family was up over the weekend,
Yeah.
my daughter, that's the only one that's left up there.
Yeah.
I have a son up there too, but, the most of the family is down here, and we went there for tacos and dinner just the other night,
Nice,
so that was fun.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's been about the 4th time I've been there.
Okay, that's not bad.
No, we're still pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
And, it's just such a super handy neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really is, it
Yeah.
really is. And,
Yeah.
I mean, all of the things that I thought was, needed to happen in Moorhead. I'm really glad that now that I ended up here, because there is a little bit of distance from the two children that I have here, and so they have to drive 15 or 20 minutes. Had I been close by, and just being able to walk over, go within 5 seconds,
Yeah.
I think I would have just not really branched out.
Yeah.
And experienced what the communities have to offer.
Yeah.
I'm much more comfortable now driving around Fargo than I ever was in Moorhead.
Yeah. No, makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, the other interesting thing that I just thought of too was, not to get too political, but the Minnesota side is having a drastic property tax increase.
And really having a lot of trouble with people of a certain age, my age, of getting insurance in.
Yeah.
Yes, going forward.
Yep. So.
Yes.
And then North Dakota just passed the homestead. It's not the homestead, it's the wrong term for it, but a $1,600 tax credit that goes into effect on all property tax. So
Okay, good.
I just had a person get a quote for a house that's similar size to you in Furnace Falls for insurance, and the quote was $250 a month for home insurance. We don't have that as bad in North Dakota either.
No, Minnesota, I knew Minnesota was going up when I left because my agent called me and said, hey, your insurance is gonna be blah, 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 and I said, well, we're not gonna talk about it because I'm not staying.
Yeah.
And, so here, when I moved here, it was more than what I was paying there, but it's not more than what I would have been paying there.
Yeah,
On the property there.
Exactly.
So that was, is it cheaper to live here? It's not, but, there's just so many more services.
Yeah.
Versus the small town that it came from.
Yeah.
And there's advantages to living in both places.
Yeah.
It all depends on what your needs are at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what haven't we talked about, or what other pieces of wisdom do you have for people that are relocating to Fargo that might be thinking of
Find the right neighborhood.
Right neighborhood?
Right. Find the right neighborhood for you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're a family and you've got a bunch, small children or whatever, find the right neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Find the neighborhood that's going to work for you.
That's interesting because we were literally having this conversation yesterday of, is it the house, is it the neighborhood, or is it the price?
Neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And most of us said neighborhood.
Yeah, neighborhood.
Depending on the age of the client.
Yep.
And, if they have kids, it has to be a certain area.
Yep.
For school districts, it is mostly
Exactly.
the neighborhood,
Right.
then the house, then the price.
Right, I agree.
So.
And I think, staying within price point is super important.
Yeah.
I think for most people, if you're getting a mortgage right now, it's not as important as somebody who has to have a lateral move.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be realistic that, what you can sell your old place for, it might not be the same type of home, size of home, or even the quality of the home might have to be just a little bit
Yeah.
less.
Yeah.
But, I don't really think I settled.
No, I don't think so. I've been in both the houses.
Yeah.
You had an awesome place.
Yeah,
Up in Moreland.
it did.
A lot of acreage.
I did.
If that place was in Fargo, it will easily be double the price.
Probably triple.
Yeah, of what
Yeah.
was up there.
Mhm. Yeah.
You don't find 2
You don't-
acres of land
No.
in town.
No.
In Fargo,
No.
or West Fargo,
No.
all right.
No, I have
Yeah.
noticed there's not a lot of trees here.
No, no. Yeah, I always say the state tree for North Dakota is a telephone pole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, compared to Minnesota for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, any other tidbits before we let you go?
I don't really think so. I do appreciate it. I've told you this. I really appreciate all the hard work that you did.
Yeah.
The fact that you have the ability to drop things and I know maybe not the ability, but you did, the willingness
Yeah.
to drop everything at, when I called. And yeah, I can be there in 20 minutes or I can be there in 40 minutes and
Yeah.
it just worked out swell.
Yeah, and I think at that point that was the market. We had to. I mean,
Yeah.
we had to be there quick because
Right.
there wasn't much inventory, and
Yeah.
that's probably not normal now.
Right.
But when it's required, we do it. So.
But then there's those times that I would you'd walk around and you go,
Yeah.
this isn't it.
No. So. All right. Well, everybody, I'm Jim Renfro, agent here at the Elm Group, brokered by Real. This was Tom, my client. If you guys are relocating to the area, you have questions on how the process goes, how to make it easy and,
Call
easiest
Sam.
for you, give me a call, give them a call. We're here to help.